Hey Bookcrows, it is Thyme, and I am joined by my forever co-host who is not locked in a basement, Beryl.
What? When did I get in this basement?
I don't even know where the basement is located because I don't have one.
It's at my parents' house.
No, I'm not sending you there.
Thank you. Thank you.
And today we will be reviewing Roll for Love by M.K. England.
Ooh.
Yes, it is a sapphic romance.
Let's go.
Don't get too excited.
Oh.
It's about teenagers.
Oh.
Oh. But before we get into it, Beryl, what is your current read? And have you gotten any new books? I don't know. You've been busy schooling.
I just finished Alchemy of Secrets, and I haven't picked up a new book yet, so we'll figure that out here soon. But no, I'm saving up money right now to go to Powell's in 2 weeks. Yes.
Yes. As one should.
Yes. I'm gonna pet my cats and go to Powell's. And that's the best Thanksgiving break ever.
Honestly, that's just the dream.
Sorry for dating the video, by the way. The podcast.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. If you didn't date it, I probably would have dated it.
Yeah, fair.
Considering I was playing Pokemon Go for the whole weekend for Go Wild. So.
It's like the mic is picking up every tiny thing. What the fuck? I just was sit perfectly still.
Also, I guess minor disclaimer, if there is annoying feedback on the mic, technical difficulties have arisen in our technology.
I'm gonna get my friends that work in sound to come in and figure this shit out.
Yeah, it sounds like a little like the buzzing of a refrigerator. So I apologize.
Yeah. It's also picking up every little creak.
I hope your roommates aren't doing anything terrible then.
Yeah. Last I heard they were sewing, but I think they just put their sewing equipment away.
Maybe that's what we're hearing. We're hearing the sewing machine.
But I thought they just finished.
What are they sewing? Why are they sewing? Are they also a theater student? Are they in like
They're music students.
Costume?
They're commercial music students.
Oh.
They are
hobby.
So they have this little stuffed animal that they sewed a while ago, and they're making clothes for the stuffed animal that they made.
like your own personal like Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
Fair. Build-A-Bear's expensive as shit.
Yes, but I will still go buy their Pokemon merch because I have a problem.
My sister got the human-sized Snorlax.
Oh.
And got it filled.
I want that so bad.
It's expensive. But to be fair, for an accountant making 6 figures, good for you. You deserve it, honey. You have a teenage son.
Mm-hmm.
And
aren't they dual income?
Yes. Yeah. Her husband's working at Safelight.
Is she the breadwinner of the family?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
I love that for her.
Yes. We love it. My parents are also so proud. She left the job that she was at, and now is making 6 figures, and I think is going to become the head of the accounting department for a large auto company. So it's pretty exciting.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay. So I am slightly torn by how I want to review this, so I'm gonna go through it and then decide. So this is dual perspective. It's an okay dual perspective. It's whatever. We begin with Harper, who is moving to the small, non-existent, I checked, rural town of Clintville, Virginia.
Okay.
And they are moving from Portland.
Oh, those poor souls.
I know. So they're moving with their mom. After her grandpa, her mom's dad, passed away, and they were moving into their grandpa's old house. And she used to go visit there during the summers as a child, but it stopped at some point around the time she was 10. I don't think I was given a reason for why. If there was, I missed it. So she moves in, and next door is her childhood friend, Ollie, whose actual name is Olivia. This is also her first girl crush as well. And they hit it off like nothing's changed. And Ollie is a closeted bisexual who also had their first girl crush on Harper.
Oh.
And Ollie, also, I would like to comment that for audience, they can't see it, but you can see it. This is actually Harper. I thought that would be Ollie, but no, that's Ollie. Ollie's the butch one.
Ollie's a pretty androgynous name.
I just feel like Harper is more of a butch name.
I know a lot of non-binary and trans men who go by Ollie, so in my brain, the butch person would be Ollie.
That's fair. I've just never heard the name Ollie before.
Fair. I normally hear it short for Oliver.
Oh, interesting. I guess that makes sense. Olivia is kind of like a female Oliver.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the big thing that Harper is wanting to do is Harper is going to remodel her grandpa's old wood shop. That is like her big dream. She actually has a checklist. I apologize. You just heard my nails clicking on my book. So she has actually a checklist for what she wants her senior year of high school to be like. And that is find a D&D group. Did I mention this is a D&D sapphic romance?
I don't think you had to.
That's why I picked it up. So, find a D&D group, figure out the college situation, or just don't go. That is literally what it says. Fix up Poppy's old wood shop, maybe find her girlfriend. That is Harper's senior year checklist.
That's a good list.
Yes. Ollie introduces Harper to her friends. Eve, who is a non-binary ace.
Let's go.
Brooks, who is gay and in love with Colton. And Colton, who is straight ? And that is one of the big things is everyone is like, oh yeah, he's probably not straight. It's very clear that Brooks is in love with him in kind of a creepy way, to me, at least. Like, I read it a bit weird. But everyone also has the assumption of, oh, he'll come out when he wants to. Which is something I've experienced as a high schooler. That's something that we all had a thought of with one of the classmates I had.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm an adult, and these are supposed to be people who are very, accepting and in the LGBT community, that's a big theme that these people have, is like you could just accept if your friend is straight or not. That's my opinion. Spoiler alert, I guess he's not.
What the fuck?
And he just hasn't said anything. It's weird. We never actually get clarification on what Colton's sexuality is. All I know is that as far as everyone knows, he's straight, but they have this in their back of their mind that, oh, he'll come out eventually because the rest of us aren't, I guess. It's a weird thing that I don't really like.
I don't like it either.
I also would have appreciated having one straight character.
Yeah, we could have a token straight person. That's a joke. That's a good joke.
Yeah, also, I love gay representation, but this felt a little too much in a way. You might not get it from my summary, but that was one of the big things I had, is it felt like there was too, and I know part of it could just be the author, wanting the representation to be there. It felt like they were pushing it too hard in a way, and that's coming from someone who is in this community.
Yeah.
I have a husband, but I'm not straight. I am not a allosexual. Anyway, so they form their D&D group. Eve is the DM. I'm not going to talk much about their D&D campaign because it felt like two different books and it was really yeah. We have the D&D chapters mixed with the everyday life of Harper and Ollie. They fixing up the barn as their D&D spot. One of the big things that is in this book is this thing where as they're getting to know each other, they go to this cafe thing. And Ollie is very closeted to the point where it's a bit... I don't know why they're closeted. That's the weird thing. Okay, so they live in a small town. As someone who comes from a small town and was closeted, I do get that aspect. but their family is really loving and accepting. They are literally surrounded by their gay friend, their black straight friend, and their non-binary friend who's very out, very proud. Brooks's family is one of those pray the gay away people, so there is that notion as well.
Okay.
But the cafe is run by a gay couple, and everyone loves it. A lot of people go there. Ollie talks about how they were so scared to go there because she assumed people would be like, oh, because you went to this cafe owned by gay people, you're obviously gay. Not how that works.
Especially not in Portland.
No. Well, they're not in Portland anymore. Yeah. They're in Virginia.
True.
Random small town Virginia. This is the part where I'm going to read it, part of it from the book. We're going to have a long discussion about this. I know we will, despite the fact that this is a really short, 2-page script. One of the big things that is in this book is Harper, I guess, trying to get Ollie to be comfortable with themselves and come out, which is fine. They have to do it on their own, though.
Yeah, you can't force somebody to come out.
There are times where you definitely get the, oh, this person's pushing it too much thing. And one of their ways to do this is after they go to the cafe and everything, they go to the farmer's market. Ollie is kind of terrified in a way because her family goes to the farmer's market all the time. They have a little farm thing, whatever. Harper introduces them to this gay couple that's at the farmer's market. And they basically have this talk about how you can be queer no matter where you are, which is accurate. But the one thing I don't like, while this has some truth ringing to it, I don't like the sentiment that that's actually somewhat behind this. And that is this portion. As for whether it's more queer-friendly than the country, I don't know, kids. People act like a place that always votes blue is a bastion of gay friendliness and whatnot, but that hasn't been my experience. Anyone can be homophobic, and even those blue places, there's still 40% of the population that voted otherwise. Nothing's absolute. I agree with that part.
I agree too.
That is true. This is the part I don't like. Look, our neighbor has been a registered Republican his whole life. But you better believe he was on our doorstep when with a can of gas when our generator ran dry during that power outage last winter. Real community is made of people coming together, not categories. I like the sentiment. I don't think that's true.
I know people who are registered Republican who think it's for just economic issues, and that's a completely different can of worms.
Yeah. As someone who is in the community, who did not come out to their family, is married to a man, I came out to my family on accident. My mom was very obviously mad. She gave me the silent treatment for a 2-hour drive. And then was mad at my dad about it. And my dad was like, I don't give a shit. What the hell? Like, he didn't give a shit. Like, that's kind of the way my dad is. But my dad also made lesbian jokes about me when I cut my hair in high school.
He's made lots of lesbian jokes about people around you in high school, too.
Neither of my parents are accepting about pronouns.
Yeah.
That being said, I came from a small town. I understand some of the parts of this book. I can't accept people who vote against and vote for people who want people erased.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing that I feel like they're overlooking with this is you can't bring politics into a book and have it sound so simple. It's not that simple. And you're someone who has seen this a lot more than I have. You've seen people throw slurs at you.
Yeah.
And not because of sexuality, but because of how you look. My husband has had that happen too.
Because racist people are stupid.
Yeah, I live near the Great White North, but when I went to a big city for Pride, because that's where, the main Pride is, there were protesters at our Pride parade.
Yep.
You can't have it sound so black and white and people are going to be super accepting. How recent was it that there was a hate shooting at a gay bar in Florida? I met one of those people who went there and was killed. you can't say, oh yeah, living out in the, like, you can say living out in the country versus the city just fine, but you are more likely to have physical damage, property damage. You're more likely to get hurt horribly in a small town.
Yeah. And to top that off, the sentiment could be fixed if they just said, if you are queer, then you are queer no matter where you go, no matter how you try to hide it. That's just the way life is, because that's who you are. And that would be a much better sentiment to be saying. Like, you can't, it's not that you're not queer no matter where you are. You will be queer no matter where you are, whether you're in the closet or not.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where I feel like if this was done in an adult book, they would have been able to go more into the nuances, but this is a young adult book. It's meant for, like, high schoolers. To be fair, apparently books like Fourth Wing are too, and I don't think they are. But the big, like, we live in a country where, and just in times in general, like, this isn't a problem just in the US. We're seeing the UK, for example, regress. We're seeing Australia regress. You can't have a book that is sort of promoting this example of, yeah, you can live side by side with people who throw slurs and hate crimes at you. It's fine. Like, I don't like that sentiment.
It reminds me of the pre-Trump era LGBT mindset. And I'm pointing a finger at my own community in this regard of, back then, before Trump was elected, there definitely was a strong sentiment towards the mindset you are saying now. And I'm just going to say it, that is part of why we're here today.
Yeah.
Saying that we can do it and we should do it, like, in theory, yes. But in practice, obviously it's not working out. We give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
On top of that, why are we accepting of hate crimes in any case?
Yeah.
Why are we accepting of slurs in any case? I mean, one of the big things that I think about is, and this is something that I'm sure a lot of people don't know of, there are sundown towns in the US. There are towns where if you're a black person and you go in there after sundown, you're likely to not make it out. And those are still here. Martin Luther King Jr. and Anne Frank right now would be in, like, their 90s if they were alive today. Those pictures were originally in color.
Yep.
We are 1 to 2 generations away from the civil rights movement. Like, why?
So, to try and not dox where we're from, to give context to viewers, Thyme here was from a farm town not far out of the city from that I grew up in.
Yeah.
And the city that I grew up in was split into thirds. We're not going to explain how, but just know that officially it wasn't just one city.
No.
And if one of the cities, not the one that I'm from, the one from the other side of the river, was a sundown town until the 90s. They took away the no blacks after dark sign from the river, from the bridge in the 90s.
God, I think I maybe saw one black person live in the small farming town I lived in my entire life. Like, there was a couple that went to the church that my mom went to in the city where you lived, but it was really rare. And a lot of that is probably the fact that, sundown towns.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where the best way to put this is literally the quote that we've talked about a couple times. If you have a Nazi at a table of 13 people, you have 13 Nazis.
Yep.
You can't ignore hate crimes.
Yeah.
You can't ignore people who say slurs. Like, the fact that we're essentially saying, oh yeah, you can live side by side with someone who votes for people who want your existence erased. That's fine. No. I literally had a phone call with my dad after he voted for the orange Mussolini man and literally told him, sir, no.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised he still talks to me after what I said to him. But it's one of the main problems of this book.
Oh, I'm so sorry. To bring in one more quote from something else. if I can remember it correctly. I know you haven't seen the TV show Community, but
No.
to any of our viewers out there, it's when Britta says, I can excuse racism, but I draw the line at animal cruelty. To which Shirley, the black woman in the show, one of the black women in the show, but the major one, says, you can excuse racism?
Yeah, it's God, I can't fathom it. Like and that's being said by someone who grew up with racism in the household. I don't understand it. Like there's probably stereotypes that I have said because of the household I grew up in, but I cannot fathom it. It's one of those weird, it's not even weird. It's just one of those things where my brain does that cat meme where the cat's like this and it has the spinny logo. That's what my brain does.
Your brain has to load and doesn't load ever.
It does. I've listened to Reddit stories and I'm like, what? And if you're listening to this and you're homophobic,
why are you here?
Why? And also, it has nothing to do with you. Like they're not bothering anybody. Leave them alone.
Leave us alone. Don't say them. You're part of us.
I am. I don't know why I say it like I'm not. Like I actually on my jacket I have a pin, and one of my dance people looked at it and was like, "What's the flag?" Because it has the pan romantic heart and then into the middle of the gray sexual flag.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Anyway, political talk aside.
That's the first 25 minutes of the recording.
It's a big issue I had with this book, and it's something that kept annoying the crap out of me as I was reading it, because that conversation goes on for like 4 pages.
Mm-hmm.
And it gave me the ick, because I'm sitting there reading it, and I'm like, I'm guessing, you're in this community writing this book, and you're promoting this to young people. No, like, you should not.
Peace and
like,
love.
I get the sentiment, but the execution needs some fixing.
Yeah.
Like, you should be accepting of your neighbors, but not if your neighbors are trying to wipe you off the face of the earth. Like, that's a different story.
Differences of opinions are about things like pineapple on pizza, not life or death.
Yeah, and if you like pineapple and Canadian bacon on pizza, just don't give me your pizza.
I like Canadian bacon, but not pineapple.
I don't like the texture of Canadian bacon.
I like the texture of Canadian bacon more than American bacon.
Fair. I pick apart my American bacon, though. I don't like the fat.
That's fair. I'm a olives and Canadian bacon person, so.
See, I'm a pepperoni, mushroom, black olive.
We can agree on olives.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna skip ahead, like, so much, because nothing happens for a good part of this book. Ollie becomes addicted to D&D, which is fair. So, we have the D&D chapters mixed with the everyday life chapters. It feels like 2 separate books, but that's okay. Things come to a head when Harper and Ollie's D&D characters kiss, and then at Ollie's sister's wedding, Ollie kisses Harper, only to then say she can't do this between them, out of fear of coming out to the town, and suggests that Harper doesn't belong in Clintville after living in Portland for so long.
Hold up. Just to describe to the viewers what just happened, I opened a drawer, grabbed a notebook, and hit myself in the head. Okay. Drawer closed.
How do you feel about that?
Internalized homophobia, who?
Yeah. And that's a big thing. People who are closeted have a lot of internalized homophobia, especially if they grew up in a more red town, or, you know, if they grew up hearing why are they pushing it on us? They're not pushing it on you. They're literally existing. I grew up hearing, I got into a big argument with my mom about this. My mom said, why is there a gay pride parade when there's not a straight pride parade? And I'm like, number 1, you can be at pride and be straight. Number 2, people weren't trying to kill you.
Yeah. Wow.
Like,
I keep forgetting how few brain cells your mother has.
She also once, when they were trying to make gay marriage, federally legal, and I believe it is now, like, it still is, bitch did not get that overturned recently.
Get fuck Kim Davis.
My mom tried to say that, well, her marriage isn't legal now because there's not a federal law making it so straight people can get married anywhere.
There doesn't need to be.
Yeah, exactly. No one is saying you can't get married because you're straight. Like, hello, what is this?
So
I don't understand.
A daily reminder should become an hourly reminder at some point, but then we'll be beating a dead horse because daily should be too many times. Equal rights is not a pie.
No, that I actually have that on a t-shirt.
Let's go.
More rights for others is not less for you, okay? The reason why they have to make laws is because people are assholes.
Yes.
Okay?
If you're not an asshole, then whoop-de-doo. We don't have to have a law, but it's too mature of a conversation for that.
I swear, one of the biggest crimes was Christianity coming to Greece and Rome because gay relationships were allowed then.
Yeah, but gay relationships, again, were different back then.
They were. Rome also thought that after, men lost their manliness, so that's why male-on-male relationships were encouraged.
Wait, after having vaginal sex?
No, kind of. That actually is a thing that is now. The dude bros on the internet are saying that if you sleep with a woman, estrogen seeps in to you.
All right.
Yeah.
Can the Andrew Tate followers just admit that they're gay and just self-homophobic? Anyways, I'm sorry.
No, in ancient Rome, they believed that through the splooshies, you lost some of your manliness.
Oh.
Because you would get tired afterwards. Yes.
What is that theory that the only reason that these types of men could breed in the first place was because we've been treating women like shit and like property for so long that they had the chance to remain in the gene pool when they shouldn't have been?
Yeah.
What happened to peacocks?
What happens to peacocks?
Men.
To be fair, I would also like to comment on something, okay? There's a reason why people love Astarion and Link from Legend of Zelda, and that's because they are men, but in a peacock way.
Yeah.
They're twinks. Women love twink boys, okay?
Women also love men with beards, but like men with beards who take care of themselves.
Yeah, like
a good lumberjack, I guess? Is that what the straight women are into nowadays?
I guess. But like in a cuddly, nice way.
Yeah, like a teddy bear.
Like a teddy bear, yeah.
Speaking of which, ladies, do you need a teddy bear?
You can dress like the brawny paper towel guy.
I just need a beard, let's be honest. I already dress like him.
Hold on, let me actually look this up.
There's not much book, so we end up taking a lot of time conversing about other things.
This is a really short book, okay?
Yeah. Don't worry, the book that I'm reviewing next has a mystery, and so much is going on in that mystery. In a good way.
Yeah, so that was one theory. There's actually a lot of different things when it came to Rome. They also just didn't categorize people as homosexual versus heterosexual. Yeah, to be fair, Native Americans didn't do that either. They actually had a specific thing already for basically transgender and non-binary people
Two-spirit.
In Native American culture. Yeah. Can we just admit that the high upper class colonizer English assholes just were stupid?
Yeah, we can do that.
They didn't know what they were talking about. Anyway, so after the wedding, things go sad for Harper, because one of the big things is Harper doesn't want to go to college. Harper wants to be a carpenter. I wonder if that's why their name is Harper.
Good for Harper. After
Harper's mom has the house and barn inspected, and also after she realizes Harper did not submit her college applications, decides to have the barn demolished because termites, and not safe, and yeah.
Ma'am.
And Harper and Ollie are not on speaking terms because Ollie was a bitch. basically Harper has to tell the D&D group about all this. Harper kind of pressured Ollie to come out before she was ready. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Harper is now kind of in depressy, sad mode because she's like, oh, I pressured Ollie before she was ready, and she feels bad for that. And Ollie feels like Ollie kind of led her on, and Ollie is realizing she kind of led Harper on a bit because she was being, kind of lovey to Harper a bit. And after realizing the barn's getting demolished and talking to the D&D group, Ollie comes up with a plan, and this is also after Ollie speaks with her mother and tells her mother about, being bisexual, and her mom's like, oh, honey, we already knew that. We thought you already came out. And she's like, what? And she's like, weren't you dating the kid next door? And Ollie's like, no, not maybe, no, not really. And thought they broke up, and that's why Ollie was depressy spaghetti. I'm also one of those people where I'm like, I like the idea of a coming out party because, celebrating it. I feel like that's not something that should be necessary because I feel like it should just be date whoever you want, and people don't care. But that's my opinion. Okay. So the group finds out that, the barn's getting demolished. Harper might actually be moving away because her mom is forcing her to go to college when she doesn't want to because her mom's a bitch. So they're like, how are we going to fix this? And Ollie's like, we're going to do a barn raising, Applejack style. And then Ollie and Harper talk and they forgive each other, and Harper and her mom talk and they forgive each other, and then they start dating and Harper doesn't have to go to college. Yes, it happens like that real fast.
You did say it was a short book. What is the age range for this book?
I want to say high school. Running Press Teens is the publisher, so there you go.
So middle school through high school, yeah.
Si, senor. Printed in Indiana, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, that is cool.
Also, the dedication is to all the country queers out there, whether you're living your dream or waiting for your chance at it. I mean, who doesn't love Butch Applejack lesbian?
I'm sorry, there's just so little that happened in that book. I think we spent more time talking about the politics of the book than we talked about the book.
That's because there really is no plot to this book. This book felt like a whole lot of nothing with a little bit of let's do some minor politics talk without actually getting into the nuances of the politics talk. This is going to be a real short episode. This is going to be real easy editing for you.
Hell yeah, especially with the mic issues on my end.
Yeah. But yeah, so I did talk a bit about the politics, and we talked a bit about, people coming out on their own terms, and the straight friend thing.
I don't like the straight friend thing. I know a lot of very flamboyant men who are not gay and really get uncomfortable with how often people tell them, oh yeah, you're gay, right? The first few times they were completely fine with it because they're like, no, I get it though. I'm kind of flamboyant at times. But they're not.
Can we also just be okay with men not having to be macho?
Yeah. Especially considering how many macho men are gay. If I see a gym bro, I am normally convinced he's gay just because I know what gay men look for in each other.
Yeah, one of the big things is, there's what men look for versus what women look for. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, let's be real here. When you're dressing up, okay, maybe you're the wrong person to say that to. When I'm dressing up, I am not dressing up for the male gaze. Women are not dressing up at bars to get hit on by men.
Yeah, they're dressing up at bars because they want to look good and feel good.
Yeah.
And it's their own eyes that they feel good in.
The few times I dress up, mind you, I work from home. Okay, my husband also thinks I'm adorable in his oversized Pokemon hoodie and sweatpants, which is what I'm wearing right now. When I dress up, I am dressing up because I'm like, ooh, I look cute in this fancy tartan skin-tight dress. I'm doing it because it makes me feel good.
And that's exactly what happens when men go to the gym.
Yes. Most men think they need to be buff and husky and shit because men tell them they have to look like that.
Yeah, you're if you're going to the gym and making yourself buff, you're male gazing it.
Yeah, it's also like you can tell when a woman versus a man makes a movie. Like there's a
Yeah.
reason the Wonder Woman movie that was directed by a man has her ass being the main focus.
Ugh. I'm tired of superhero movies.
I'm also tired of superhero movies. One of the other talking point, like I have the talking points listed, but I also talk about it during the summary. I don't like the subtle messaging about being okay with racist and bigoted neighbors, just because they're friendly. Fun fact: people who are friendly are not always good people.
Agreed. Sometimes being nice is not nice.
God. How do I want to say this? Recently, someone I was friends with for over 10 years, someone I thought was super amazing person, turned out they were not that amazing or supportive of a person. It's one of those things where, I grew up seeing my mom act like super nice, and meanwhile at home she was like telling us how much she hated us and being her kids and stuff. Mind you, she's a lot better now. Part of it, I think something happened in her brain. I have no idea. Maybe it's the fact that we're adults and we don't live with her anymore. I don't know. But maybe it's the fact that her mom died. I don't know. I don't know why she suddenly became a nice person. She's gaslit me about my whole childhood just by being less asshole of a person. That to be said, you can know someone for 10 years. You could live next door to them. There's a reason why people don't know their husbands are serial killers, okay, guys? I'm not saying your husband's a serial killer. He might be, though. You don't know. You don't know what he does in his downtime. Ted Bundy was apparently super nice. Man killed people. Charles Manson, man killed people.
Yep.
Well, he didn't kill people. He had people kill people. But still.
Yeah, it's
okay?
The same sentiment.
There's a reason why when I played Baldur's Gate and I met Gale and I'm like, no, you're too nice. Not Gale. It was the other guy. Will. I met Will and immediately went, no, you're too nice. Something's wrong with you.
Yeah, honestly. Like, I remember playing Baldur's Gate and by the time I hit Gale, I was like, thank God, somebody who is nice. And then I hit Will and I'm like, okay, back it up. There's something performative happening here. And then I met Karlach and I'm like, you're a good bean.
Yeah. It's one of those you get the vibes. You get the vibes of when someone's being nice for the wrong reasons. One of the people I met because of dance, they're like this super nice person. They're a teenager, mind you. And that was something I did. I asked one of the other dancers who's known them longer. I'm like, okay, are they actually nice or no one's that nice, right?
It's one of the when you don't know what to say about somebody that you don't particularly like but don't have a strong reason to dislike, you're like, they're nice.
Yeah, I mean, and I like this dancer. It's one of those things where I'm like, I have met too many people where, yeah, they seem nice. But that's to say, like, you can have nice neighbors. That don't mean shit.
Yep.
One of the other things that bothers me is this assumption that just because you're neighbors and just because you're in a small town means that you need to be close to everybody. No.
Ugh.
I grew up in a small town. I knew a lot of people. My dad knew basically everybody. No, you don't have to be close to your neighbors. I have a little book giveaway thing for my neighbors. I'm probably going to put this book out there. It's fine. I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem, despite the issues I have with it. I give them Christmas cookies, and I make cookies for them for Halloween because I don't get trick-or-treaters. Like, that being said, I ain't going over to their house for cocoa and, like, parcheesi or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, no, you don't have to be close to your neighbors. You can be neighborly without being neighborly.
Yeah.
I don't...
Just say that you're bored. If you need to be that close with your neighbors, just admit you're bored.
Yeah, like, I kind of feel like this author has some of that... You know those, like, old... Like, mind you, this author's not that old. I can tell from their author picture. But you know those, like, super old grannies who, like, sit on their porch and complain about how America is no longer their America? I feel like this author's suffering from that. They're like, man, neighbors aren't neighborly anymore back in my day. That's my old granny Texan accent, by the way. I've never been to Texas, can you tell?
Yeah. Back in my day, we didn't have to be nice to our neighbors. We could just talk about them however we will.
I feel like that's more like Virginia. Or like Tennessee.
It's something,
to be fair,
all right.
Most Southern accents are actually Tennessee accents.
Yeah. It's because Tennessee is easier to understand than Georgian.
Oh, God. Dalton, so my husband grew up for several... He's a Coast Guard brat, but he grew up for several years in Louisiana. So he can actually do, like, that Cajun accent, and I don't know why. It drives me insane. I'm usually fine with, like, Louisiana accents, but when he does it, it does something to my brain that ASMR does that makes me really angry.
Oh, interesting. Cajun is actually considered one of the sexiest accents in existence, by the way.
Why? To be fair, I'm not that attracted to Texan accents either, or, like, Southern accents. You give me a nice, like, Scottish, Irish, British accent, there you go.
You know, I get people who say that they're jealous of me for having a girlfriend who's from in New Zealand solely because of her accent. And they're like, that's the sexiest accent, or that's one of the sexier accents. They're like, please don't objectify my girlfriend's voice.
I've watched Bluey. That's close enough to New Zealand. What are you talking about? I don't know. To be fair, I don't necessarily think I find accents sexy. I think it's more so I just like how it sounds. Like, it's like drinking a nice cup of tea. I'm like, yeah, that's a nice accent. I could listen to that. Like, they're some of the best people. I'm like, if I like your voice, I'm like, you should be an audio narrator. Go read me some books.
Every time I hear Rithian's voice. Rithian is this man from northern Sweden. There's like this specific part of Sweden where everybody has this accent. It just sounds like butter. It's amazing.
That's how I feel about The Click. I'm like, Click, please go narrate audiobooks, please. I love your voice.
Absolutely.
He's also just this fluffiest, nerdiest dude. And I'm like, yes, you're adorable. You would also be best friends with my husband, who is also a fluffy golden retriever nerd boy, who is also an engineer. Imagine my husband, but 10 years older and Swedish. That is Click.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We're just pulling the YouTubers that we watch out of the book.
Go watch The Click, guys.
We have definitely derailed from the book again.
We have. That's because there's nothing to talk about, okay? Other than, like, yeah, I appreciate the anxiety rub of coming out. I never came out to my parents because I felt like they were going to kick me out of the house. Partially because they kept threatening to kick my sisters out of the house for stupid shit. And then my mom denies that happened.
Thyme's mom. I shouldn't put your mom's name out there like that.
Just fucking dox my mom.
Just dox your mom. Okay. R. I remember you doing that to your kids. Shut the fuck up. Okay, continue.
There's a reason I don't remember half of the shit in my childhood. It's just a black hole. I remember certain things. I don't remember specific other things, though.
Oh, even I was dissociating at your house growing up.
There's things that you remember, and I'm like, I don't remember that, but yeah, I bet that happened, man.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff that happened there.
My God. And yeah, I like the D&D and LGBTQ rep. I will say, though, if you want a good D&D thing, that's not, Matt Mercer thing.
Oh,
what's it called? Critical Role.
Yeah, Critical Role.
Yeah, if you want something that's good D&D rep without, watching people play D&D, Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves is actually a really great movie. Just saying.
Yeah.
I loved that movie. I love me some Chris Pine, though. He's a great actor. I love him. He did great in Star Trek.
I mostly know him for Princess Diaries.
I am upset, and he's also upset that he is not in Princess Diaries 3. Disney, I have words.
Disney.
Okay? Random white CEO number 5.
His name is Bob Iger.
Excuse you.
His name is Bob Iger.
Bob? Robert? I don't know if that's what your name is short. If Bob is short for Robert, but excuse you. Get Disney on the phone, okay? Chris Pine should be in Princess Diaries 3 because their chemistry was fantastic. It's the only reason I watched that movie.
Yeah.
That and Julie Andrews. I love Julie Andrews.
There's not many
She's
celebrities
amazing.
who I meet that I would actually like get all giddy about. Like if I ran into a random celebrity in person, at this point I'm in LA, it kind of just happens.
Yeah.
Julie Andrews would make me giddy. Julie Andrews would make me go, oh my god, it's Julie Andrews, guys.
That would be the one. I would embarrass myself if I saw Julie Andrews.
Though I also worry I
Because
might...
it's Julie Andrews.
Yeah, it's Julie Andrews. I might embarrass myself if I meet Richard Dean Anderson.
Fair. Colonel O'Neill is the best. Him and Michael Sheen, I think, is who played Daniel.
Michael Shanks.
Shanks, thank you.
Yeah.
Too many Michaels with S names.
Yes, agreed. Michael Shanks. Michael Sheen is a different actor. Very different actor.
Michael S.
Michael Shanks.
Michael number 5.
As a kid, I kept calling him Michael Jackson because his character's name is Daniel Jackson and the actor's name is Michael Shanks.
To be fair, Daniel Jackson is why my minor's in anthropology, okay? If I was better at learning languages, I would have a linguistics anthropology minor. He is why I was into anthropology. He's why I'm so interested in things like mythology and shit like that, and ancient civilizations. A great show. If you have not seen Stargate SG-1, go watch it.
Yes, agreed.
Okay, and then report back to us in the comments about how much you love it.
Yes. Throw some comments down, baby. Now, to talk about something interesting that is somewhat related to this. I, this past week, had a presentation in one of my film classes. This is a requirement. This class is a requirement for film. And I was presenting on BookTok. Was BookTok officially part of the curriculum? No. But it went with the topic, and I have an A- in the presentation now. Thank you very much. It was a group presentation, too. I love my group. We call ourselves Bread and Butter Games. Shout out to my friends at Bread and Butter Games. We are making that video game eventually. Someday.
I can't wait. I better get an early release.
Okay, okay. If you're ready for some scandalous games.
This is the one with the random white guy, right?
Random white guy, yes.
Honestly, that's the scariest part of the game, a random white guy.
Literally, but you might as well date something, might as well have something in here that's scary instead of sexy. What are you here for? Anyways, our non-existent Kickstarter.
Yes.
So, this week we presented on BookTok, and I'm not going to explain how it's related to what we were talking about in a film studies class. You just have to use your imagination on that end. And after the presentation, I was thinking about the fact that we presented so much on the sexual culture within BookTok, because, let's be honest, it is a very vocal minority of BookTok that is that way. But I came to a realization from a question one of my classmates made, that people are thinking, I was openly the one person who consumes BookTok books on the regular in that group. Everybody else was just kind of like, we know about it. It's obviously a cultural phenomenon that we need to talk about, and it has to do with what we're talking about in class as an example. But I realized after a certain question that my classmates think my favorite book is The Cruel Prince because it has sex in it or some other. And Cruel Prince doesn't have on-page sex. Well, the third book has like a very brief overview of sex that's like a paragraph and super vague. And the second book has a fade to black. It then went into my brain that they think I'm consuming these books about sex. And one of my classmates even went so far as saying, oh, but he's a prince. Like, oh, God. Yeah, like, you can get the vibes all you want from that. I'll explain more about this story to you personally later. I
actually had a similar conversation.
Yeah.
But continue.
But, like, I then realized that my classmates... This is probably why my classmates don't think I'm gay. I was literally talking to one of my... I keep getting hit on by guys. And I was complaining to my roommate that I guess if they can't complain about gay people shoving it down their throats, if they can't see an obviously gay person as gay, like, I don't know how to make it more obvious I'm gay to you. I have pride flags on my backpack. My hair is all fucking jellyfished. Like, what are you expecting from me?
They expect you to regurgitate rainbows and have unicorns and sparkles and glitter, obviously.
So they're expecting me to shove it down their throat. Yeah, okay, great.
Mind you, we have had straight culture shoved down our throats since birth.
Yeah, but continuing on with my thought, I then started thinking, like, okay, the reason why I can read straight sex books is because as a non-binary person, I can imagine myself as the man in the situation. That's what appeals to me. I don't read men-on-men books because there's no appeal to me whatsoever to be in either situation.
Yeah.
But then going through and thinking about all the books that are like women on women that are in BookTok, every single one is a fade to black or a threesome. I haven't run into a single book on BookTok that is women on women, romance, whatever, that actually has on-page sex.
That is an interesting point.
I challenge people that I know, random listeners, I'm sorry, but if you are somebody I know, if you can find me a lesbian BookTok book that has on-page sex and doesn't turn into a threesome, I will take you out to dinner. Because I don't think it exists.
A lot of BookTok, I was having a conversation about it with one of my friends. We were literally talking about Fourth Wing, so that's part of why.
Yeah.
A lot of BookTok is also straight culture.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the popular books, it's a man and a woman, and God forbid the man is not essentially a paternal figure, basically, treating himself like, you know what, I get to tell you what you can and can't do. And that's not even talking about the even more toxic stuff like stalking and shit like that apparently is sexy now. No, absolutely not. No. This, yeah. It's very much straight white culture is how I would put it. One of the things that I found, and then we're going to go into it more when I actually review the book, is there also seems to be this, and I know this is not the first time this has happened. This is just a prime example of it that I can think of in a more recent book. There's also, not only is there the sexualizing of abusive, toxic relationships, sexualizing of the paternal romantic figure, which if you like that, good for you. I don't. But there's also a very interesting thing I've seen where there's also some, and I don't know this on purpose. Okay, I'm not going to, mostly because I don't want to get sued. There's also this weird, good luck suing me, you don't know who I am, but I don't want to get sued by people who have a lot more money than I do. I don't have money. I live paycheck to paycheck, okay? There's this weird thing where there's also sexualizing of possibly people of color. It's not the first time this has happened, okay? It happens a lot. I don't like it. But one of the examples is the fact that Xaden in Fourth Wing is described as essentially having very obviously colored skin. Mm-hmm. Mind you, the other thing that happens in a lot of these books is the male character is this big, tall guy. Okay, my husband is 6'3". He's a foot taller than me. I look tiny compared to his entire family. No one in his family is below 5'5". My family is a bunch of short people. The genes pool in my family gave us the short end of the stick. The main character in Fourth Wing is essentially my height. There is this constant fascination with the fact that he can't be less than like 6'4". Okay? That's like average for men.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. In a lot of BookTok books, we are describing the men as these super tall guys. Some of them have dark skin. I think even in Court of Thorns and Roses, you could kind of say that the main love interest, Reese, maybe even Cassian and Az, I don't remember. Don't kill me if I get this wrong.
As well,
yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure they are. Because Tamlin is, golden. Mind you, I thought he had literal, like, as gold as a gold bar hair, okay? He's blonde, apparently. Apparently we're describing people that are blonde as gold now. I don't know. And the women are, like, these petite little feminine infantilize people. I don't like that.
I agree. I don't like it either. I literally in the book talk presentation at one point said tiny women dating refrigerator-sized men.
Yeah, that's literally how they're described.
Yeah.
Like,
but a lot of the times the men are considered sexy because they have darker skin, and then women with darker skin are like by the fandoms whitewashed. It's wild to watch.
mind you, okay, my husband is on the tanner side. Like, he could probably pass for like a lighter skinned Latino person. He could probably just pass for a Latino person. He has very Mediterranean tan skin. If he spends a lot of time out in the sun, boy gets really dark. Okay, I am pasty. I'm not as pasty as you are.
Vampire pasty.
You could have played live action Snow White real good.
Thank you.
I am very clearly, the Irish in my skin came out hardcore. Not as hard as my sister's. I'm very pale. I make white people look dark, okay? I've also dated people who are white. I didn't go for my husband because he's tan. I went for my husband because he's a little nerdy boy and I love him. Why are we romanticizing and sexualizing men of color?
Because women of color have been complaining about it long enough, and also white people just really like sexualizing minorities. I'm not going to pretend like I understand it. I really don't.
One of my biggest complaints is the lack of sapphic romances. You find a lot of, and part of this goes back to sexualizing gay men that we talked about in, I think, Swordcrossed, is you can find male on male romances for a dime a dozen now. Like, you look up LGBTQ books, that's the main ones that pop up.
Yeah.
It's hard to find sapphic romances, and I have found a few. Mm-hmm. I've had to look for them, though. I feel like part of that is the fact that a lot of authors are straight white women.
Yeah.
So they can imagine what gay sex with a man is like because they, sleep with men. Whereas they can't imagine it with a woman for some reason. Did they not experiment? I don't know.
I don't understand either, but
It's also weird considering how sexualized gay women are by men.
Yeah. And notably, I've reviewed a few women on women books at this point for the podcast. Yeah. Notably, none of them are book talk books, except for maybe one. There's like a part of gothic horror book talk, not gothic, but like gothic fiction book talk that's like specifically gothic queer, and so that's how I found Treachery of Swans. But again, that's young adults. Even though I found it on Book Talk, I wouldn't necessarily consider it a very strong contender for a Book Talk book. And on top of that, it's a fade to black, as these almost always are. And notably, we are talking about this for a book that is, like, this episode is a book for teenagers. And we're still talking about sex. This is an adult podcast.
But also, why are we acting like teenagers don't know and talk about sex?
True.
I mean, I knew about it at age 10.
Yeah, same. Like, they know.
I'm pretty sure people in my middle school were sleeping around, so... Mind you, that does not mean they need to be reading, like, 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. But we can still complain about the fact that the only women-on-women representation that we find is for young adults or teenagers. I haven't found... I guess technically the Phoenix Keeper is with our bisexual lead, sapphic romantic ending. That one's technically an adult book with zero sex, and it's an adult book because it has swearing in it. It just has more swearing than you are allowed for a young adult book. If you had cut the swearing out of it, it could have been a young adult book.
Okay, this is going to be a small rant, okay? I have talked about this with Dalton before. Number one is the fact that they need to find a better rating system for books.
Yeah.
Like, we need a rating system that's similar to movies for books, where we have the, this stuff has, more smut in it, so it's this a recommended range. Like, I'm not saying that you can't buy it if you're not 17 plus, whatever. But we need a better rating system for books.
Yeah.
Number one. Because there's a lot of stuff that I am an advocate for exposing teenagers at a young age to things for the sheer fact of they need to understand. And this is coming from someone who, and it's part of why to me this book is annoying, is they need to understand the real world implications of things, because let's be honest, they are in the real world. We have the internet now, and before I was a young child where the internet was not at the stage where it is. Stuff still happened to me. Because of that, we need to stop thinking that children are not experimenting, that children are not exposed to things, that children do not need to know things. Okay, one of the biggest things that I think is one of the best things to expose small children to, for example, is Mr. Rogers. Because Mr. Rogers did not treat children like they were stupid. And we need to stop doing that with teenagers. Teenagers know about sex. They experience sex. They need to experience healthy examples of it in books. But
I'm
we need
fine
to
with
stop.
Teenagers should be reading Fade to Black. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
They need to read. They don't need to know. Like they. I don't want to read teenagers fucking. And they don't need to read about each other fucking. But they do need some Fade to Black so that they can get the understanding of what consent is.
Yes. Like, they need to understand what consent is. They need to understand protection exists.
Yeah.
Like, hello. I'm not saying that this was needed in that book. This book, I mean, they're 18-year-olds. I don't care. I'm like 18, 17. Like, I graduated high school at 17.
Yeah, same.
But we need to stop pretending it doesn't happen. Mind you, I was reading smutty fan fiction as a teenager, so I don't care if teenagers are reading smut, as long as it's not smut that is unhealthy. Yeah. They should not be reading Court of Thrones and Roses and Fourth Wing smut. They should not be reading Gothicana.
Those are for adults.
I mean, I'm pretty sure actually Fourth Wing is considered YA.
Oh, so is Court of Thrones and Roses.
Yeah, which...
Yeah.
Okay, I guess. Mind you, the age gap in Court of Thrones and Roses, I don't give a shit if he is some random ass elf, immortal being. She is a child, sir. That is a child.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if someone is, like, 19, 18. They should not be dating someone in their mid-20s. The life experience, no. Absolutely not. No.
I feel that. I agree with the idea.
We need a better rating system for books. And one of the other big things is, and this is something that is not in this book because it's not needed.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest issues, and I'm happy this is the thing with most books nowadays, there are authors like Colleen Hoover. I'm calling you out. You will probably never hear this. Hello, if you do. Welcome to the party. Happy you're here. You need trigger warnings in your book, bitch. She on purposely doesn't put them in.
What? No.
Like, the only trigger warning that possibly could have been on this book is politics. But if it's a book where there's gay characters, for some reason we have made being in existence political.
Being happy is political nowadays.
Bob Marley would be disappointed in us.
Yeah. Oh well.
But that is my rant. My rant is over.
Rant is over. I don't have anything else to add to this book, for the record.
I don't either.
We just need more lesbian representation in general.
We do. My personal rating for this was like a 2.5, 3, something like that. Mm-hmm. It was fine. It was just a whole lot of whatever. I like the D&D rep. I like the gay rep. Straight people can be friends with gay people, though. Like, mind you, a lot of gay people flock to gay people. A lot of neurodivergent people flock to neurodivergent people. You can have straight friends if you're gay. You can have gay friends if you're straight. My husband's straight. Like,
it's not that hard.
It doesn't matter. It's really not. Mostly because we don't give a shit.
No.
So that was the one thing that annoyed me, was that aspect. The one thing that I did find funny was they called their little D&D hangout spot the Gay Barn.
Okay, that's fun. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that I was like, that's pretty funny. Yeah, if there was more stuff like that in this, I feel like it would have been good. The author does have other books out there. Also, they grew up in Florida. I don't know where they grew up in Florida, but I am very curious about some of that stuff. Oh, they live in rural Virginia now. Okay, that explains a lot.
That explains a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, outro.
Outro time. All right. Join us next week for Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow, do all the interaction things, and have a good night.